All right, team. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? All right. So, today is Wednesday in the market. Let's look at what we have today. First thing, we have TSG. I'm not sure if this was an acquisition or not. Did my Thinkorswim literally just freeze again? I just restarted it. It did. And this is the second time in 2 days that my Thinkorswim is frozen like this. I don't know why. What's up, team? What's up, Brennan? Yeah, JB, man. Yeah, JB, I had to ban you, bro. I mean, you know better than that, man. Plus, you're just kind of negative. That's all you ever really say is negative stuff. So you had to get out of here, man. Um, anyways, but yeah, let me restart my Thinkorswim. I don't know what the issue is with this. There we go. All right, it's working. So yeah, first one is TSG. TSG gapping up from 1530s to 2065. I'm not sure if this was an acquisition. It kind of seems that way to where it would be an acquisition of some sorts. Um, but we'll watch it regardless. I'm pretty sure it's tradable. We also have VHC. VHC gapping up here from 680s to, or from 520s to 580s. Went as high as 680. Looks okay there. We've got VHC. Like I said, AXSM. That looks okay, gapping up some. We'll keep an eye on this one too. A big red day for a lot of stocks yesterday. We have AIMT. AIMT gapping up some. We'll watch that one as well. What else we got? Let me know what else you guys see. We got GoPro. We got QD. We got NBEV, Gold, which is up. Johnson and Johnson. Yeah, so we got LEN, we got UNFI gapping down some here. We got Bed Bath and Beyond. We got AMD gapping down. We've got SFIX, Stitch Fix with a pretty volatile move. It originally pushed up, now it's down. I'm guessing this is earnings. I'm guessing it's earnings. We'll see. And so yeah, we'll see what happens with some of these guys. We'll see what we get. TSG merger. Yeah, okay, that makes sense actually. What's up, Steven? All right, team. So, how's everybody doing on this lovely Wednesday morning? I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Abdul. Yeah, man. So it generally takes about 3 business days for you to get your funded account. For some people, they may make them take like the course and stuff like that. But for me, and all I can vouch for is my experience. For me, it generally takes about 3 business days. Now, I sometimes I would pressure my account manager and I'd be like, "Hey, yo, what's up? Let me get that funded account quick. Send me the login," and they would. But they have no obligation to, I don't think. So just be patient. You'll get it, I'm sure. But yeah, team, I'm still kind of sick. I'm still kind of sick, not feeling that hot. I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I've been sick for like 2 days straight. Ugh, it's terrible. Sounds like my coffee's ready. But But yeah, what's everybody else's favorite watch today? I think mine might be Stitch Fix SFIX. So I don't know if you guys watched the end of the stream and if you kind of kept track of what happened to me yesterday via Discord. But I did accidentally take 10,000 shares instead of 1,000 yesterday, which brought my commissions up a huge amount. Yeah, so I'm at 450 now. So that is a big. That's like $180 loss yesterday. But again, it was accidental, and I had a few solid trades. Like, I actually ended up in gross profits yesterday too. So like, I had a few. I ended up yesterday in gross profits. If you look like at Discord here, you can see I ended it up. Let me see what I ended it. I ended it with $133 in gross profits yesterday. But after commissions with my mistake 10,000 share order, I'm back down to 450. So even though I ended up in gross profits, a 10,000 share order is like a lot of commission. And so yeah, my mistake. Just an error on my end, dumb error on my end. But hey, like I said, we don't claim to be experts or gurus here. We just show you guys what it's actually like. And sometimes you're gonna make errors, and so it happens. But yeah, so we got Stitch Fix. Look at this one. This one's pretty volatile, gapping down from 2006 to 1790 here. This one looks interesting. Watching OCGN was hit like a truck, keeps breaking new lows. How about the news on Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade offering zero commission platforms? Or zero commissions, and that's huge. And what you really want to understand by this, guys, like, I wish Robinhood had a stock so I could short it. Because basically Robinhood was undercutting these big platforms, right? Robinhood was undercutting these big platforms, and these big platforms said, no, you're not going to undercut us. Now Robinhood's done, I think. I don't think Robinhood's going to stick around. Maybe for options trading, but I thought I heard that some of them are offering free options trades as well. And if that's true, Robinhood is done. Would you rather use Thinkorswim's platform or Robinhood's platform? Let's be honest here. Everybody's going to choose Thinkorswim all day. And so with that said, Robinhood, unless they figure something out, man, Robinhood is over with. Robinhood is over with. And so we can't hate on Robinhood. I think Robinhood did everybody a service by offering free commissions, because Robinhood is what started the free commission bandwagon, and Robinhood is what ultimately made the other platforms evolve into zero commission platforms. And so we have to thank Robinhood, but at the same time we have to be objective about what's going to ultimately happen to Robinhood, and I'm pretty confident it's going to fail. I might be wrong, maybe it'll pull something, but yeah. Yeah, Mr. K. Great minds think alike, bro. But yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I think Robinhood's over with. I think they served their purpose to the trading community, though. That's what I said. I think we should all respect Robinhood. I know they did it for the wrong reasons, but at the same time, if Robinhood never offered free commissions, then these big time platforms wouldn't have followed suit like they did. And so Robinhood actually did everybody a pretty serious service, traders in general, because now, now if any of the big platforms want to compete, they're going to have to offer free commissions as well. And it's going to change the market. It's going to change the game. Now, as for like TradeNet and Tefs, I still think they're going to be around because, again, even though there's no commissions on these platforms, you still have to follow the PDT rule. So you're still going to have to follow the PDT rule. You can only day trade 3 times per week on these platforms. And so with that, there's still going to be Sure Traders still okay. And then, TradeNet's still going to be around, I think. But specifically for U.S. regulated brokers, if they want to compete, they're going to have to drop commissions. They're going to have to drop commissions. Yeah, on options trades as well. Nice. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's huge. Yeah, then Robinhood's over with. Robinhood's over with. Everybody that's been, Do I think platform fees will go up? I hope not. I've been using Thinkorswim for years. I'm going to go make my coffee team, so I'll be right back. But yeah, I hope not. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting for sure. OCGN, recent IPO got hit the last few days. Ooh, that thing got hammered on its IPO day. Yeah, I mean, we'll watch it. It looks volatile. Like I said, I like Stitch Fix. If you look at the overall market, though, the market is down again, down to 290s. So the market is down some again today. $0.65 per option contract fee. All right, well that's kind of like what Webull did. I mean, Webull offered free commissions, but they had like slight fees. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that might be Robinhood's saving grace. Like I said, it's not that I necessarily want Robinhood to fail. I definitely don't. I mean, like I said, I think Robinhood did a service to the trading community. I don't think they did it for the right reasons. I mean, they obviously did it to make money in other ways, but them doing that kind of made the rest of the U.S. regulated platforms and brokers have to step up their game and offer free commission as well. So they did a service to the trading community. So it's not like I want them to fail. It's just that if you look at Thinkorswim's mobile platform or Thinkorswim's platform, which is the one I have on my screen right now, this is Thinkorswim. If you look at this and then you look at Robinhood's platform and they both offer free commissions and they both offer extended hours trading, then which one are you going to choose? And I think everybody's going to choose Thinkorswim all day. I think Robinhood is, it's all right, but there's no candlestick charts, there's no indicators, there's nothing. Basically, it's so minimalist that nobody's going to stick around if all the other platforms are doing it, unless they trade crypto. Crypto maybe is one of the reasons they'll stick around. But again, I think it's gonna affect Robinhood's business so much that they're going to have to come up with another idea or plan if they want to stick around, because I don't think just crypto will hold them up. But again, it's all speculation. I'm just guessing here, but that's my take on it. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go make my coffee. I'll be back in like, I don't know, like a minute. So give me a minute. All right. What's up, Mr. ADK? Yeah, cryptos have fees. I've never traded crypto on Robinhood. I just never traded. I'm gonna go grab my glasses really quick, guys. But yeah, I've never traded crypto on Robinhood. My point is, all right, buddy. Have a good day, okay?
Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, bye, Maddie. Love you. Have a good day. But yeah, I've never traded crypto on Robinhood before. I've never traded crypto on Robinhood before, but I think they're gonna have to do something because there's already crypto-based exchanges. There's already, excuse me, there's already crypto exchanges, and so I don't know if they're gonna have to fight for that niche. There's already, there's a bunch of other no commission platforms as well, and yeah, they were the first to do no commissions, but again, their platform just doesn't hold up. They were relying on having a minimalist platform. So because their commissions were cheap in that, they were basically the first, love you. They were basically the first zero commission platform. But with all these new competitors around, nobody, I'll put it this way. I'm not going to stick around on Robinhood. No offense to them. I had a Robinhood account, but if I could trade options on Thinkorswim for free, I'm going with Thinkorswim all day. And it is what it is. And I think anybody that's honest with themselves is going to do that. I think some people rely on them for getting their free stock, and a lot of people will kind of post about the free stocks that they get, and not make a living off of it, but make some income from that. And I think that's probably done as well. Love you. Have a good day, guys. All right. My kids left. But yeah, I mean, that's my take on it. I don't know what's actually going to happen there. You never really know. But yeah, that's the big thing now. Who knows what's going to happen to Robinhood? Webull, I like Webull too. I think Webull definitely has a better platform. I think Webull has indicators and a good smartphone platform. But again, it's going to be tough for them, man. It's going to be tough. If I'm being honest and objective about it, it's going to be very difficult for those kind of no, Chase. Because the issue here, Chase, is that Chase asked, good morning, are you going to start doing stocks on Thinkorswim too? I'm excited to be able to scale in and out. No. And the reason I'm not is because, again, I still have to follow the PDT rule on Thinkorswim. I still have to follow the PDT rule on Schwab. And so I can only day trade 3 times per week. And so with that, unless I have over 25,000 in my account, I can only day trade 3 times per week on those platforms. And so I don't care if they offer free commissions. It's still not going to make it so that I can day trade. It's still not going to make it so I can day trade. And especially like scaling in and out is great. I might throw a little bit of money in there so I can do my options trades on Thinkorswim. But again, I mean, I think that you're going to have to follow the PDT rule and you guys know me. I'm pretty active as a trader, and yeah, I mean, it's still a deal breaker for me, unfortunately. I need a no PDT broker. What's up, Adam? What's up, Denise? Crypto not available in my state. Let me see if Mitch is here real quick. Yo, what's up? Alright, but yeah, so, I mean, there's pros and cons to everything, though. But yeah, what's everybody's main watch today? Like I said, I think mine is Stitch Fix. You can see the SPY here. We'll start looking up news in a minute, but Stitch Fix down. We'll see what happens. Stitch Fix down. IOBA, but yeah, VHC. Let's see how many of these are actually tradable. So, TSG is tradable, even though it's an acquisition, so it's not my favorite one. VHC, we have AXSM. All of those are tradable. We have AIMT. AIMT. Low volume gap up here, though. It's tradable as well. So AIMT is another one to watch. DVN. LEN, Lennar. Is this the same house company, Lennar? I'm a real estate agent. I know Lennar sells new homes. If it's the same Lennar, I've actually done business with them, or with one of their reps. IOBA, but yeah, I mean, that's about it. UNFI with a big gap down here. Gold, I think, is up. SPY is down. Another kind of dull day. It's been a really dull week so far, really. What's up, team? KBH. Bank of America, Stitch Fix, and what's the other one? Yeah, I like SFIX. We'll look up the catalyst in just a minute, and then you'll see. Semiconductor, Netflix. Gonna watch Netflix. Gonna watch Tesla. Netflix is kind of getting hit. Kind of with the overall market, though. Like I said, VHC. So we got a few stuff to look at. Gonna watch AMD. IMRN, but this one has pretty low volume. Look at the liquidity before today. Just very, very dull and boring. I'm sure the spread's going to be monstrous with this one too. So somebody asked me why I wasn't watching this one this morning. Volume's just super low. Not really what I'm into. But yeah, AMD. Gonna watch Bed Bath & Beyond again. But yeah, Stitch Fix, one of my main watches. All right, guys. So let's start looking up news. I'm gonna go grab my glasses and we'll look up some news. All right, so let's look up some catalysts this morning, guys. So first one we can look at, I know somebody mentioned this one, TSG. It's a merger, correct? A merger going on with TSG. We'll look up the news here. TSG. So they striked a merger with Canada's Stars. And so yeah. FanDuel owner Flutter Entertainment PLC agreed to buy PokerStars owner Stars Group. Oh, so PokerStars. That's actually relevant to me. I like poker. So yeah, FanDuel agreed to buy PokerStars owner Stars Group Incorporated for about $6 billion, creating an online gambling giant as internet and app-based betting is taking hold in new global markets, including the U.S. Hopefully the U.S. will change their laws, but basically FanDuel bought PokerStars today. Interesting here for this one. This one's very interesting. I can never play on PokerStars because it doesn't allow U.S. clients, but maybe one day the U.S. will stop being so rigid with their laws here with regard to gambling in general. But yeah, TSG, FanDuel buying PokerStars here. Interesting move. We got AXSM. AXSM here. Gapping up a little bit. AXSM is up after they saw current cash sufficient to fund anticipated operations in the quarter 4 of 2021. And they also provided an update on continued progress at the 2019 Cantor Global Healthcare Conference. So basically, they said that they had enough cash to fund their anticipated operations into 2021 for AXSM. Basically a fluff piece, honestly. But we'll see what we get from it. VHS. Gonna look at VHS here. VHS is up. What's up, bro? What's up, man? We got Mitch here.
What's up, man?
All right, team. We got Mitch here.
All right. Let's do it.
All right, so yeah, VHS is up. Let's see what we get. So this is following the report of a court ruling in its patent fight against Apple. The U.S. Court of Appeals denied Apple's request to either reconsider a January decision upholding an infringement verdict for Vernet X or to stay the mandate until a petition to the Supreme Court can be considered. So basically a positive court ruling against Apple for VHS. That's what's causing this one to move up some. A positive court ruling against Apple, basically. And then we also have AIMT here. AIMT, another low volume gap up, but at least it's gapping up. We'll keep an eye on it. AIMT is up. Let's see if we can find the catalyst here. This one is up after. So basically, AIMT is a peanut allergy drug, and they recently cleared the FDA hurdle, and they're likely to see strong sales as allergists showed increasing awareness and willingness to prescribe the drug. And they also, this was also reported by Seeking Alpha. But yeah, so basically, they cleared an FDA hurdle, and now they're basically, data is showing that allergists are likely to prescribe this bio drug for peanut allergies, is what's going on with AIMT. AIMT, we'll see what we get for that one as well here. We also have IMRN, and this one's gapping up, but on low volume, and I doubt it's tradable for me. But IMRN is up after the U.S. DoD approved a $5.5 million for the new diarrhea vaccine. So apparently there's a diarrhea vaccine. Dude, I would love that, man. Who doesn't want to have diarrhea? Who wants to have diarrhea, man? They got a vaccine for that? Sign me up, man.
Oh, I'm dying over here, man. I'm just trying to drink my coffee, bro, and I get diarrhea.
Bro, they got a diarrhea vaccine, man. You know, hey, IMRN's the drug, man. Hey, if they could sign me up, man, I'm for it. You know, who wants to stop diarrhea? Everybody, you know. I don't want diarrhea. If they got a vaccine for it, I'll never get it again. Sign me up, man. Yeah.
Just a disclaimer out there. John does not support diarrhea.
Right, 100%. You know, they are not a sponsor of this video. But no, so yeah, we'll see what we get. That's what's going on with AIMT. We also have let's see, NEPT. Boring gap up. It's up after the company disclosed that it is pursuing a collaboration to co-develop hemp-derived CBD products with international flavors and fragrances. We'll see what happens with NEPT. OCGN. We'll see what we get with that one. Boring gap up. And then we got LEN, which is Lennar, and this one is up after the company reported better than expected third quarter EPS and sales results. So that's the gap ups here. We can also look at some gap downs here, specifically UNFI. UNFI with a big gap down here. And this one is down after the company reported worse than expected fourth quarter results and issued fiscal year 2020 sales guidance that were below the analyst estimates. So bad fourth quarter results and sales guidance for UNFI, and it's gapping down to show it. We also have Stitch Fix here, which is probably one of my main watches. It's right at the top of my list here for Stitch Fix. So this one is up after reporting upbeat earnings for the fourth quarter, while sales missed views. So sales basically missed the expectation. So good earnings, bad sales. For SFIX, and it's gapping down. It's gapping down from 2006 to 1715, so a big gap down there for that one, big percentage gap down. We also have, and then we can look at the overall market here. We can look at the overall market, look at the SPY itself. And the SPY is down. Let me look up the catalyst and kind of the overall market news today. And this is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, U.S. stock futures fell Wednesday, extending losses from the previous session following a downbeat reading on U.S. factory activity. Dow futures are down 0.5%, S&P futures are down 0.5%, while NASDAQ futures are down 0.6%. Oil prices inched higher, with global benchmark Brent crude up 0.2%, U.S. West Texas Intermediate up 0.7% recently, after industry data showed a surprise drop in U.S. crude inventories. So that's the market news today. We'll see what we get. Hopefully we get some volatility. SPY's down. I mean, at least it's moving in a direction. I'll say that. It's not super choppy. What's up, Tyrell? What's up, brother?
All right. Time for me to jump in here. All right. So, my trades for the day. All right. So, my trades are really going to be based on two kind of different stocks here, guys. I'm going to be looking at service and construction stocks. Some of the ones I'm going to be looking at are Deere. Deere looks really, really good. That's probably my favorite one out of all of them. That's DE. DE taking a hit yesterday with the manufacturing news, and also really, really good technical play. You can clearly see the 170 resistance, and I'm looking for this to come back down at least to 160 where it has support, and possibly could come down to 150s. So I think this one has a great risk to reward, really easy daily chart to read off of, and that is Deere, DE. Next
That's
one I'm
John
looking at.
Deere. That's John Deere, man. John
That's
Deere
John
tractors,
Deere.
bro.
Yeah.
All right.
They have heavy problems with tariffs. Farmers are not renting as much. Reason why is they expect a lower output, lower export. So with that, they're not going to go ahead and make so many investments in equipment, heavy equipment. And so DE actually fired a whole bunch of people. Caterpillar letting people go. So that's the other one I'm looking at is CAT. This one's a little bit more down. Not so obvious the level of resistance, but definitely a good play. Telephone.
I don't know who it was, but they just got hung up on.
Ah.
All right. PNTG. What was PNTG yesterday in IPO?
All right, guys. So also going to be looking at construction stocks like CSX and UNP. Those are ones, some of the top ones I'm going to be looking at, guys. Another one that I'll be looking at is Toll Brothers, TOL. And then the only other stock that's kind of different that I'm looking at also is going to be Activision. That's ATVI. This is a stock that's got a downgrade by analysts. I think it could pull back to the 50 area. I don't see this company pulling back that much, as it's found so much consolidation in the 45 area. But I do think it can pull back to the 50 area and look to get some re-support as it tries to shoot back to 55. But Activision, for sure. Added to the watch list. I found this one on the down gapper list, guys. That's why I used the down gappers also. Monster Beverage showing up there. That's a strong company. That looks like it's getting weak. MNST.
Yeah, Monster. I've never really been into Monsters. I've had it before, but
You ready for my second trade?
Yeah.
All
Throw it
right,
up.
guys. So my first catalyst, guys, was that construction and manufacturing. And I really am trying to focus more on trying to find the stocks that are really moving for the day. So the next kind of trade that I have out there is the broker trade, guys. We know that AMTD and Schwab uh, lowered down those commissions.
Yep.
I'm going to be paying attention to those stocks now. Another one that I'm looking forward to dropping today and dropping big is going to be ETFC.
But
This
yeah,
is
man. Oh, E
that
Trade.
is E-Trade, man. I think it's just gonna be like the hand's been dealt, and now it's everybody's chance to either
You
go
know what?
ahead and accept the hand that's dealt or fight the hand that's dealt.
Right.
And I don't think there's gonna be too many of them that are gonna fight it.
I mean, I talked about it yesterday. What I'm really surprised about, honestly, is why is TD Ameritrade down? That should be good news, right? I mean, I think that all the stocks are going to eventually follow suit, and it's something Mitch and I talked about it yesterday, and I talked about it this morning a little bit on stream. But I think Robinhood is over with. I think Robinhood is done. Unless the crypto market can keep Robinhood around, it's done. But why is TD Ameritrade down on this news? Are people concerned that
It's easy.
that they're going to make less money?
What it is, John, is we pay attention to stocks, guys. Let's talk about fundamentals here. This is not technical. This is purely fundamentals. But when we talk about stocks, is about three main areas that we look at. We look at earnings per share. We look at revenue, and we look at actual income. So what we're getting here is the first one, the earnings per share is taking a big hit.
Right.
Let's say for Ameritrade, they were at like $3.98 per share, and now they're down to $3.09 per share. So losing about, let's say, a third of their company in value, in just overall evaluation. And so what they need to do is they need to do like John and I talked about. They re-strategize. They're gonna figure other ways to bring that money back. They wouldn't have made this decision if they didn't already plan for kind of a pullback in that area, but where they can make up the volume or the money.
Right.
And so I think they're shooting for, like you said, some of it is going to be the volume coming back to them because traders are getting away from kind of how do we say it? Not the best execution, not the best platforms, and getting away from trades like, let's say, Robinhood, Webull, those kind of free platforms that were there before, and going to a stronger broker that you actually can have kind of financial advisors behind you.
Right.
I think that's really the support
Right.
that all bigger companies have, and why people go to them is because they have that support, the resources, the money that's needed to do the information and kind of go off of financials. I would much rather trust a broker that's in a company like, let's say, E-Trade, Ameritrade, Schwab, than going to go to one of these smaller broker accounts like, let's say, Robinhood or Webull, and then trying to trust somebody on there that they're going to get me the best ability to
Right.
get the.
It's like, look at the question. So Adam asked, why is Robinhood done? Just tuning back in. And read the question. So read the question I just posted. If you could pick one platform, Adam, which one would you choose? Would you choose Thinkorswim or Robinhood? Both have free commissions. I'm going with Thinkorswim all day. I don't care about Robinhood. Robinhood was a way to save money on commission. And so if Thinkorswim, my favorite platform, a much better, objectively better platform, is going to offer free commissions, I'm going with Thinkorswim all day. Same thing with E-Trade, Charles Schwab. I mean, listen, Robinhood can stick around. You can always evolve your business model. But in the end, I don't think that Robinhood is going to have enough to stick around. The only thing I think, there's a few things that I think could prop Robinhood up. One of them is specifically their free stock platform, right? I think their free stock promotion where they give traders a free stock if they can refer somebody to their platform. I think that is actually going to help them some, because I think people are always going to want free stocks, and the more they promote, that's going to cause some more promotion. But I think if I was Robinhood, I would actually up that. I would give I would give them more money per referral, because they're going to have to do something to keep traders there. Now, again, I think that they got a lot of work to do. I don't think they're necessarily done, but I think that the odds are against them, so to speak. Right. Well, with day trades, you're still. That's why I think TradeNet's fine, and I think SureTrader's okay, because again, and I think all the no PDT platforms are fine, because again, on Robinhood, on TD Ameritrade, on Charles Schwab, you're still going to have PDT rule. You're still going to be restricted by that. You're still only going to be able to trade 3 times per week. Another one of the benefits to Robinhood is that they did have options to where, not options specifically, that they did have a few different choices to where you could pick an instant settlement. They're going to restrict you by 3 days per week, or 3 trades per week, but they did have a choice for instant settlement, and so you didn't have to follow the T2 rule, right? So the T2 rule basically states that you have to wait 2 days after the transaction for your funds to be settled back into your account, and I know Robinhood did have a way around that.
Yeah, they give you a loan.
Right. And so I think that might help Robinhood as well. And I'm just trying to look at it from the facts here. This is my objective take on it. I think that might help Robinhood. I think the referral free stock bonuses for referrals, I think that's going to help Robinhood. But is it going to be enough for people to say, hey, I can get a high quality platform with Thinkorswim that's going to give me the same free commissions that Robinhood is? Why am I on Robinhood? And I think that's going to be a big question that a lot of traders are going to be asking in the next few days.
Yeah, to me, it's a simple question of if there was a Robinhood stock, it would be on my list to short today.
Yep, exactly. That's what I said this morning too. But no, so Steven says, check out TSG. They have merged with FLTR. Could be a long trade. I think, yep. So that is actually FanDuel buying PokerStars is what that is. So just to put that into like a bettor's perspective, like, I like making some sports bets. I like playing some poker. That is the equivalent of FanDuel buying PokerStars is what that is. Merging with PokerStars for I think 5.6 billion or 5 to 6 billion is what the price was.
What I'll say about that is just the future of overall gambling in this country is definitely growing, and I think regulations soon to cease to exist, if not be very limited in gambling. So
Haley, I want to go back to Haley. Haley says she lost her account. I'm sorry to hear that, Haley. That's rough, man. That's rough, brother. But it happens, man. And it honestly sounds like you have the right expectations, because a lot of times, people kind of have all these expectations on their first account, and a lot of times your first account, you're going to lose it. No matter which platform you choose, no matter where you go, a lot of times you're going to lose your first account. And so the fact that you're not super distraught about it is probably a good thing. It means you had the right expectations. She said, I asked him how he did it. And he said, after that big loss, because of my dog, I took another trade. Yeah, the dog distracted him for a minute. I remember that yesterday. That's rough, man. What a goof. I knew better than that. Emotions were already high. I think I told myself there were no coming back, and I went for it anyways. 100%. And I actually have a really good class I want you to watch, Haley. It's called Why Accounts Are Lost.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, it talks about that specifically. It talks specifically about that and how traders do that, right? Where traders take a loss, and then they say, well, I'm down so much already, I'm just going to go for it. I'm already down so much already. And it goes over that specifically because I think that's a big way that a lot of new accounts are lost. And so I'm going to post that link.
Yeah, that's kind of my major concern yesterday is try to know when to fold it. It's not about, everyone knows how to end the day when the day goes well. Not everyone can end the day when the day's not going well. I think it takes a lot more to be confident in your own abilities and knowing that you can come back, but it's not about coming back today. It's about coming back with the right mindset in another trading day that you can go ahead and try to get back into what we call your zone.
Right.
If you're not in your zone, understand it's okay to not be in the zone also. Sometimes you're just not on top of your game. And instead of fighting that, you need to let it go.
Right. It's one of those things. So in the video, I talk about it. Like the way to do this is that, or the reason this happens is that some days are just not the right days to push. Some days are just not the right days, right? So if you push too hard on certain days, it doesn't matter how many times you trade, you're still not going to do well. And so with that said, it doesn't make any sense to keep pushing. You know, on days where you take a big loss or days where you're not doing so hot, some days it just doesn't make sense to keep pushing because, again, sometimes the market is just not favorable for you on those days. And if you keep pushing, you're just going to lose your account. And so I know you might be down a lot at that point in time, but it might be better a lot of the times to wait for a new day and get the most volatile part of the open and take your swing then, you know, and it's part of it. You know, it's part of it. Listen, a large majority of traders are going to lose their first account. I know I did. I lost more than my first account. I lost my first few accounts, really. And that's okay because it ultimately, you know, in the end, it worked out.
All right. Time to do some of the hard work. I'm going to be getting ready here, guys. Get really set up. Start getting these alerts ready. When I'm watching this many stocks, guys, I need to get some alerts right. This is why I use Thinkorswim. I really think it's a really good platform for alerts, at least price alerts. You can just right click, set an alert, and let it go.
Yep.
A lot of the times, a lot of traders are trying to watch too many tickers at once, guys. Set the levels that you need broken before you even look at the trade. And then you can go ahead and look at the trade when it's moving versus staring at a chart all day long, waiting for those important price points. This also is going to help you with patience. Sometimes we overreact to the move because we are expecting it to get to a certain level, and then it just turns around. And that's not what you want to be doing. If you're expecting a breakage of an important level and then the trade off of that level, make sure that you set that alert to that level so that you can go ahead and look at it when it breaks it.
Yep.
This also keeps you from doing what a lot of traders get into, where it's like you do a really good watch list. You make, like, let's say 10 to 20 stocks on that watch list. But then when you're done trading the day, you look back at it and you're like, oh, I missed this one. How did I miss this one? And the real reason that you missed it is that you're watching too many tickers. And that's normal. If you're watching too many tickers, you're going to miss a couple moves.
Right.
But if you set the right alerts, the right price alerts, you can at least be notified that, hey, this stock is moving. Alert, come take a look.
Yep.
It's one of the best ways, especially when you're a beginner trader, to have some patience, wait for those alerts to come up, and then you look at the chart.
Yeah. What gets traders a lot of times is they simply trade too early. That first 5 minutes, a lot of times that can be the worst time to trade. And I know everybody's different, but I know I found better results waiting for that first 5 or 10 minutes to pass and then attack that. If I try to jump in too early, you know, a lot of times in the first 5 minutes, you'll see a stock run all the way up and then all the way back down. And so if you attack too early, it's just going to end up backfiring a lot of the time. It looks like TD Ameritrade is also offering more shorts. My watch list is almost entirely easy to borrow today. Nice. Hey, hopefully all these. Like I said, we shouldn't hate on Robinhood. I think Robinhood did all traders a favor. Now, are they going to stick around? We'll see. I know somebody said they traded some VWAP strategies on VIVE yesterday. That one was pretty volatile. We'll see what we get for that one as well. But yeah, guys, what's your main watch today? I know mine is Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix, maybe AIMT. Maybe gonna watch TSG as well, but it's a merger, and so a lot of times these are less volatile. So let me know what your main watch is today. We got a few that we could look at that looks interesting.
All right. Charles was asking me about the GoPro position yesterday. You guys saw me take profit on the stream. After that, I tried to add at the low, which was in the 30s, and I just risked break even, and then it ended up breaking down. I think a lot of it had to do with the SPY, but as you can see, it's still holding up. You know, if I would have held it, I probably would still be in this stock, swing trading it. But the news came out, guys. The news that I was looking for did come out. I think I played it right. Just maybe should have taken some profit up there in the 570s. I took some at 560. I was expecting that breakout through the 580s again, and that's how it goes sometimes. But the news that of the Hero 8 camera did come out yesterday. At some point in time, right by the market open, the news came out, and
Yep.
that's what I was looking for, guys. What I did was what I always have heard and tried to kind of more follow in this trade. A lot of people tell me this saying that you buy the rumor and sell the news. So in here, I bought the rumor. The rumor was GoPro coming out with a new product that was going to give it a competitive advantage. So I bought the rumor that the camera was going to come out. And then now I'll be looking to sell the news as everyone knows about this. And I feel the stock has already priced in this move. So now I'll be looking for resistance to hold here at 560 and for it to crash down through 520s.
Yeah, I'm reading what Richard says. He said, I'm curious if Webull and Ustock Trade can hang. Robinhood diversified enough, and that kind of makes sense. Robinhood has crypto and stuff like that, but Ustock Trade specifically, I think they'll be fine because they're no PDT. They're no PDT platform, so they'll be fine. That's like a different niche in the market. Now, Webull Webull has a much better platform than Robinhood. It has really nice indicators, candlestick charts. Webull, in my opinion, is one of the better smartphone platforms that they have in trading. Much better than Robinhood's. And so we'll see. It's interesting. We'll say that. All right, team. So, SPY down. SPY's had a pretty rough few days here. Got hammered pretty hard. And remember, guys, hit the subscribe button. We day trade live every single weekday. So if you haven't already and you appreciate us day trading the open live every single weekday, the last time we missed a stream was over a year ago. If you appreciate that and you appreciate that transparency, you can watch us trade live every single day at the open for free on YouTube. Click the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We're not experts or gurus here. We just day trade and let you guys watch it. That's all we really do here. We break down what has worked for us and what hasn't. And so if you appreciate that, like I said, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. I don't know. Thinkorswim. So Thinkorswim, just to break it down. So Thinkorswim's commissions previously were, I believe, $6.95 per trade. But you could kind of bargain with Thinkorswim a little bit. They would kind of bargain with you. So that would equal out for a full round trip. It would equal out to about $14. And so that's actually, I mean, it's not cheap. It's not expensive. It's right around the middle commission wise. But again, this is going to be huge for Thinkorswim. I'm happy for him. I'm surprised the stock is actually down. What is the stock?
Yeah, I see it coming down a little bit more, but AMTD.
AMTD. Okay, yeah. So it's interesting. I mean, we'll see what happens with it. I'm surprised it's down, but again, it's kind of like I said, they're going to make less money with no commissions.
Also the insiders killed it too. So with the news released, this was given a downgrade by Barclay to $31.
Yeah, T Walker. Yeah, I noticed that TD Ameritrade's going to be. It starts tomorrow is when it's active. The no commission. So it's fun. I got about $10 in my TD Ameritrade account. Maybe I'll buy something. Maybe I'll buy an option. You know, maybe I'll buy something.
So I will let you know there will still be a 30 cent executing fee for options.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, 30 cents. It'll be all right. QD is another one.
Just so you guys know, they're
Yeah.
still figuring out ways to make money. There's just other ways they're gonna try to do. They'll probably raise their interest on their margin. Um, they'll figure out ways to loan people some money, make some
Right.
money back.
Yeah. Make some
They
money on the
have
spreads, maybe. That's where they're making money too. Is just the spread of the stock a lot
interest.
of times. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what they're gonna attack more. I think they're gonna give a lot. Let's say easier access to loans so that they can make some interest money.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Like kind of Robinhood did. You guys remember Robinhood started? They didn't have all this whole Robinhood Gold stuff. Once they got enough money where they could loan people some money, then they came out with this whole Robinhood Gold.
Right.
We'll give you some extra money if you put in $1,000.
Yeah.
And the way that works
It's
is
just
just as
leverage.
simple as, yeah, it's simple as give me some, like the banks, give me some money so that I can go back and make some debit money, some kind
Right.
of really risk adverse where I can control the beta and control the risk and try
Right.
to make, small percentages on big amounts of money, and I'll give you in return some margin.
Right. It's just leverage. That's basically what it is. And they're making interest on it, and that's fine. Like whatever. Let them do
Yeah,
whatever they want to do. You know.
I think that's the future. I think that's where they can still make their money and get back in here.
So they're saying it's 65 cents per option. Hmm. Somebody, Ebro,
It's
somebody did say they.
well, I would, I mean, from what I heard, it was like 30 something cents per execution. So that in and out
Yeah.
would be about 60 cents. So
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I think Ebro saying I hope they improve their shorting capabilities. Somebody else said that a lot of that they had a lot of easy to borrow shorts this morning on there. So he said that he thinks I can't remember who said it, but they said
yeah,
that they think that they're improving their shorting as well. Let me look to find the comment.
I at least would know from
Terry.
Ameritrade that that's very unlikely.
Yeah, I mean
At
that's one of the
least from
benefits of
that
TradeNet.
broker.
Yeah,
At least from that broker. There's other U.S. Brokers that have a lot bigger uh, kind of shorts available.
yep,
Ameritrade has always been known to be one of the ones that has the lowest amount of shorts available.
yep,
I could just tell you guys this because I watch some kind of higher traders that trade with American kind of brokerages and have a lot of money, and they don't trade. They only trade Ameritrade long.
yeah.
And
I
the
mean,
reason why is that their borrows are expensive and very rare, very very rare. What we call easy to short, where you're not having to borrow, get borrows, and so
right,
it's one of those that I can tell you guys, shorting is not liked upon in the United States, and so with that, I think they restrict it to kind of higher investors, and that's why you need a big account to even short in the United States. I think it's like a minimum of $3,000 or something like that, or two thousand
what to
dollars.
short?
Yeah, to short.
Yeah, you need a margin account. I know for Thinkorswim it's 2K, it's 2,000, but even with 2,000, you're not instantly approved. I think they like I don't know if they check your credit or like what they do, but you need $2,000 to just apply for a margin account. Which is why
It, that,
most new traders are not going to be able to short, and that's why TradeNet's beneficial. I'll say that. Like that's why that TradeNet makes sense, and that's why TradeNet has so many people running to them is because they can short stocks for $500, and that's unheard of, basically.
Yeah, what I would say, they're not trying to fight you to short. If you want to
Right.
short, they're like, all right, well, go ahead.
Right.
We got no problem with that. We'll let you short. And I think that's what some of the United States companies kind of restrict you on. Why is it there? I don't know.
Right.
I really can't tell you guys, but I can at least tell you it is there.
100%.
It's a lot easier to long stocks in the United States than it is to short them.
Yeah, 100%. And it makes sense why it costs way more money to short stocks. And that's okay. You know, like it is what it is. I think that most new traders they need to focus on longs in the beginning anyway. a lot of the time new traders, they need to understand how to long a stock first, because learning how to be long biased is going to help you be short biased. Learning how to long stocks and learning long strategies and patterns is going to help you with shorting. It's going to translate over to shorting, because when you learn when a stock's going to break out, you can also kind of understand when a stock is going to fail. And so it kind of translates over to each other.
John, don't go crazy about that binary options question.
Oh man, honestly, we get people here all the time. Like, I get so many comments like, join my binary option. Binary options, it's not a scam.
It's just a flip of a coin.
It's just gullible people are going to get involved with that. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to call anybody gullible, but it's not a scam. It is just bad risk reward in every single trade you get into. Right? Think about it like this, right? You bet $100 in binary options. Do you make $100 even back? No, you make $80. So every single trade you get into with binary options is a less than 1-to-1 reward to risk trade. Every single one. You bet $100. If you win, you make $80. If you lose $100. And so no matter what, you're getting a terrible risk reward ratio in every single trade you get into. And so is it a scam? No, but you could just buy an option, like a regular option, and you're going to have a better risk reward ratio than every single binary options trade. It just doesn't make sense. And so that's what I'm saying. Binary options, yeah, it's all simple and it's easy and it's in for out. But again, it's just for gullible traders that don't really understand it. That's my take on it. I'm not going to say anything else. I'll rant about it all day. It's not a scam. It's just terrible risk reward is what it is. Yeah, but son, then you're still going to have the T2 rule. You're going to have to wait for the transaction date plus a few days. And, you're basically going to need a big account anyway if you're going to want to trade like that anyway. Think about it like this, right? You got $1,000 in your account, and it's a cash account, and you spend $500 in equity on one trade. You're going to have to wait 2 days to get that equity back into your account. Are you going to be able to trade? So basically, you could day trade with no PDT rule with the cash account in a lot of these platforms, but the T2 rule, the transaction plus 2-day rule, is going to kill you most of the time.
Yep. I put it up in the chat for you guys so you guys could understand.
All right, guys. So there's the bell. I'm sorry, I kind of started ranting. That binary options questions.
All right.
AMD getting hit here. Look at AMD drop. Big drop down to 2820s, broke pre-market lows for AMD specifically. SPY's washing out a little bit here, but this doesn't really mean much for now. AMD down, like I said. VHC is down. VHC is down some. Most stuff I see is down actually right now, at least. And listen, I do want to preface this, listen, I'm not saying you're gullible if you tried binary options. I'm saying if you stick around with binary options, you're gullible, because the risk reward's terrible. I'll say that. That's all I'm going to say. No, I'm not saying you're anybody stupid or anything like that, because I think that a lot of times it's easy to get wrapped up in this nonsense and nonsense in trading. So I don't mean to say anybody's gullible or stupid. I'm just saying if you stick around with it, knowing you have bad risk reward, then you're just gullible. AMD rebounding here.
All right, easy one that looks to tackle today is MIK. Look for a bounce back to 64s or 70s.
All right, so we got some chop here for AMD. A big range chop, though, for so far. AIMT maybe about to break highs here. AIMT, BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond is down. SPY is down. MU is up. MU ripped up from the open here. AIMT still sideways. We'll see what happens with AMD here. Let me make sure this is right. Let me fix this. All right. Choppiness for AMD and MU. Market's down some, but not really seeing anything that looks good so far.
GoPro.
Yeah, no worries, John
GoPro.
Brad. Hey man, happy to help, John. Like I said, man, I'm just trying to tell people the facts behind it, and the facts are you're going to get bad risk reward in every single trade you get into with binary options. You know, you're going to get terrible risk reward. And if you could justify, I mean, some people do it successfully, I'm sure, but they'd probably have the same success if they just traded regular options. So,
All right, I'm seeing GoPro just do the same thing I talked about, guys. Pre-market, go up there to 555s, 560. Hard rejection there. Try to see if it's gonna crack 520s now. That's when it really will get weak. 513 is where the most volume is in.
so with AIMT, AMD, MU just broke highs, but AMD, look how choppy AMD is. LEN, Lennar just ripped up here. Look at Lennar. Big break of the highs. LEN, Lennar ripping up.
I want to short MIK here, but I need above 960s to make it right so that I could do 965, 5 cent risk, 10 cent gain. Looks like she's not going to give it to me. The spread was too big at the top. It spread by 5 cents and held at 965s, 960.
Hey, appreciate the sub, Moody, brother. Pratt, appreciate the sub, guys. Welcome to the team. Remember, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every single weekday morning. We day trade the open, allow you to watch it. Hit the subscribe button. If you click the bell and turn on notifications, you're going to get an alert every time we go live. So we hope you'll join us again. Hit the subscribe button.
Nice fade there on MIK, guys. This one's heading down. I think $9 is the next stop. Has a good amount of room left, so I'm keeping an eye on it.
So SPY's getting hammered here, guys. SPY's down to 290.50s. It might break down to the 280s. So the SPY's getting hammered here. AMD's dropping with it. We could look at Roku and SQ, see what they're doing here. Roku is up. SQ is up. What's TD Ameritrade's?
AMTD. It's sitting at VWAP.
It should be TDAM. Yeah, I thought this one might bounce today too.
Yeah, I expect some bounce. I'm looking for the resistance to play. Big drop on big Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yep, I'm watching that one too. VWAP's dropping with it, so it's got volume accompanying that one.
I'm looking for DE or CAT to come back above VWAP, and I'll short those stocks.
I'm looking at UNFI. That doesn't look bad, but it's just kind of a big range stock. There goes TD Ameritrade. Right around as I said it, there's the bounce. It's up to 34.20s. TD Ameritrade breaking out on the highs here. Just broke highs of the day. It's still gapping down some. I think the big level here to look for with TD Ameritrade is the previous day's closing price, which is, I don't know where, it looks like it's right around 34.60s. So I think it's going to get rejected around 34.60s. Let me see if I can find the closing price here. Looking at AMD with a risk level of 43. If I get in at 38, that's a 5 cent risk for AMD. Big reward down to 28, 10 cent reward, so 2 to 1. It kind of squeezed up a little bit too much for me to jump in, and so too big of a squeeze there. Glad I didn't jump in that one. Sometimes those squeezes help me out. I'll be right back, guys. Hold it down, Mitch. I'm going to throw you up for a second.
No stress. All right, guys, seeing GoPro break down there. Want one more bounce for DE to 63.80s. Entry would be risking 40 cents. CSX building also.
All right, I'll be back.
Like the way that one looks. AMD also looking great right now. AMD looking good. Risk would be 28.50s. I kind of like that one. I just would like to get it at 40s. Looking at EMPH also, it's actually up on the day slightly. Uh, I want this one to test $22 and just completely fail. GoPro broke those 520s. All right, there's Cat and DE breaking down there. Looking for one more bounce up so I can short those. Maybe should have taken that last 74, but it's a little tight for me. There you go, Cat and DE going down there, guys. All right, we'll look for ATVI to come back, see if we can get a bounce in this one. I expected a move towards 50 in this one, but I'd like to see that first candle. Looked good here early.
All right, I'm back. Let's see what we get here.
ATVI was really good. SPY down there to 290s now.
AIMT's popping up, breaking highs. AIMT. AMD looks okay. We'll see. Activision, ATVI. Ooh, look at that drop, man. It's just about where's my risk for Activision. Risk probably be at 67, 68. So my risk is about 16 cents. AMD bouncing up there. Just about where's my risk now. I have to use 41s. I don't mind this. But I gotta get it up there at 38s. It's at 35s. I like the resistance above it now. Maybe use 42s, 43s is my risk. It's at 34s. Need a little bit higher here if I'm gonna take it. But yeah, Activision getting hammered there. It's 38s. 37s, I need 38s. That's too high. Yeah, I don't think I love AMD here. I think it's just I'm looking more at GoPro. AMD's a little bit too sideways for me right now. It's not really picking a trend, and I don't want to try to guess when it's gonna start. What else we get? Just too choppy for AMD right now. Maybe GoPro. Risk level of 31. Get in at 26. 5-cent risk. Reward target down at 16. So 10-cent reward. 5-cent risk for GoPro. Not terrible there. Yeah, there goes AMD. It's just too choppy. Crossing over and under the VWAP. It's one of those ones where it looks like an okay setup, but it's just too sideways. Crossing over and under.
I gotta focus, guys. I think 6 out of 6 stocks that I wanted to look at for shorts today all are red on the day and have gone red from the open. So I really got to focus in here, get the right chart. Should have already taken the trade. Definitely missing the moves that I was looking for. So this is when I definitely need to either hurry up or I'm going to have to be in the waiting game.
Yeah, it's still early, brother. We still got lots of time.
Yeah, just kind of upset. I've already missed fades in DE, CAT, UNP, AGCO, ATVI. TOL, MIK.
I mean, the first fades are always tough because you don't know if those things are going to squeeze up or down. I like waiting a little bit longer, but I think we're all different. Everybody has their own preferences. I prefer to wait a little bit longer because I think that consolidation at the beginning of the open, you can get squeezed either way a lot of the time. So, I mean, I think in this case, it just ended up coming down. And so I wouldn't beat yourself up over it, you know?
Yeah. I get upset when I'm looking at too many stocks and don't take a trade.
Yeah, it happens, brother. I don't mind
There's
Activision.
too many of them.
Activision with a 50 risk. I mean, there's no way I'm going to take 1,500 shares because my loss would be like $400 if I took that. So I'm going to have to scale down with Activision if I do take it with like 500 shares. We'll see. Gonna wait for the climb back up. The SPY's been getting hammered though. It's actually down to 289.90s on the SPY. So the SPY's down. Oof. What's the biggest gapper today? I don't know. I think, what was it, TNG? The merger with basically FanDuel buying PokerStars.
I think it's TSG.
TSG. Yeah, I mean, that was one. But that was a merger. And, I mean, that one doesn't look bad. That one's starting to climb up. Maybe breaking highs here. TSG. Really, AMD sideways choppy. MU breaking out. MU's squeezing up here. There goes TSG breaking highs though. TSG's up to 2030. So yeah, we're just gonna wait. I mean, Activision looks okay. UNFI sideways. A lot of sideways action. We got some downward moves, but some sideways action as well. AXSM. So what's up, team? Oh yeah, SFIX. What happened to that one, man? I was watching that one. It's up. Oh yeah, look at AXSM here. That one doesn't look bad at all. Let's see what the risk is. So big range stock, first of all. I could use a risk of 75. And if I get in at around the VWAP, which is 35, that's about 40 cents. So, gonna have to take small shares with that one if I do take that one for AXSM. Just because the range and the spread are so big. But it doesn't look like a bad fade in all honesty. It's just about, and I like it because I can use the previous closing price as my risk. And that's pretty juicy there. 69s. See if I can catch it. 69s. I'm going to jump in with just 100 shares here for AXSM. Small position. We'll see. That's not going to be my main trade. That's just, I want to trade it, but it's the risk reward is a little bit worse than I like. And so I'm just going to kind of hang out and hold this one just to get my feet wet with the trading. I'm still planning on taking 1,500 shares just for this one specifically. I'm just going to kind of take small size so I don't go crazy in a stock I probably shouldn't, is what I'm really doing.
All right. Next stock at the view app is MIK.
But yeah, I don't mind this one for AXSM because I can use the previous closing price as my risk at 69, and I think that makes a lot of sense. If it breaks previous closing price, I can get out. Activision is getting up there.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to take Activision. That looks great.
Yeah, let me know. I'm in a little baby trade, so if you get into something, let me know. I'll throw you up.
I'll let you know.
Okay. We are getting a rebound in the SPY here. All right, well, there's a little bit of money on this little baby trade with 50 or 100 shares. I'm just gonna let this one drop though. I mean, if we can get it down to 15.20s, that'll be a $100 gain with 100 shares. So I'm just gonna let this work. Not really worry about it too much. I like the new risk up here now at the $0.50 roughly. Activision's getting close up there though.
All right, starter put in.
Well, here, let me throw Mitch up.
Looking to add here, guys.
Yeah, and I'll just update you guys on how this one's going. I'm up like $10 in it, just a small little trade. Get my feet wet today. Gonna look for a much larger breakdown though.
All right. That should have been the 19s. Did not like that. I hit the ad there, but it should have been the 19s. I don't know why I got 16s. Makes a little bit difference on my average, but it's close to where I wanted it. I wanted the average up at 15 so that I could risk off 27. I got it a little bit lower, a couple cents lower, but just got to stick with the trade that I set up.
LEN, Lennar. I'll check out LEN. SPY got hammered back down to the lows here on the SPY, so that should be good for you. I don't think Activision's listed on the S&P, but the SPY's breaking lows here. So there goes the SPY. Just cracked lows. Down to 290, 289.80s here for the SPY. Looks good for you, for sure.
Yep, trying to let it crack 51s here. Not wanting to break those 51s, guys. Probably going to bounce here. This is where pricing makes a difference. I think I would have took it if I had a 15 pricing, but trying to let it break 51 right now. Too much volume going in there, guys. Got to be careful here.
Yeah, I'm holding AXSM, but it's just kind of dull here. It's stopped at 1608.
Trying to let this break down through 51 first. Here comes the push on 51, guys. Let's hopefully get a breakdown here. Just pushing on it. Just doesn't want to break it, guys.
Yeah,
Too
it's
much
the whole
volume
dollar.
there.
What's the whole dollar of 51 is what it is.
It's this volume right here. Too much volume at 51. Too much volume at 98s. Trying to let it crack there, guys. There you go. All right, there, guys. Took some off at 91s.
Good job, brother. Looks good.
Gonna hang tight, guys. Look for the low 75, if not 50s.
Hey, appreciate the subs today, Chris. Welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate it.
Watch out with the bounce
read
here.
that. Appreciate the subs, guys. Welcome to the team. Yeah, remember, guys, hit the subscribe button. We do this live every day. Regardless of whether we win or lose, we day trade the market for free on YouTube every single weekday morning. So hit the subscribe button. Show your support for what we do here. SPY breaking lows. Down to 289.50s here. Looking weak. Hopefully that whole $1.51 will turn into some resistance for you.
Yeah, look at MIK. I called that fade out too. I just didn't take both of them, but they both looked good. That one was a beauty. MIK, probably as pretty as it gets. That probably went no cents in your risk. Didn't even probably touch your risk if you got in that trade.
And which one?
MIK.
Okay. Yeah, that one
Easy
was pretty.
trade.
Look at that. Yeah, that one did. It got rejected right at the VWAP. Also the $0.50.
Yep.
So when you get those two areas converge, it generally works out pretty well. Yeah, I'm in AXSM here with just a little baby shares. I'm waiting for something a little bit better to take. Nothing really substantial really at this point. Hey, appreciate the sub, Walker. Welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate the subs, guys.
Yeah, this might come back and stop me out, guys. Hold and break even on the rest right now. Gotta hold that VWAP. There you go. We got the push down. Let's see if we get the final flush. We wanted to break the low right now of 88.
I
There
got
you
out of AXSM. It squeezed up. I got out for a $16 loss, so a small loss. It just squeezed up too much. A little bit spready for me, and there's that big breakout, which I'm glad I avoided. Whew, avoided that big breakout. Took a $16 loss. I love it when that happens, man. I get out right in time. That thing squeezed up huge too. Right after I did that, man. I got out literally right in time. This thing squeezed up 40 cents after that.
One of the best things you can train is trust your intuition.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a hard tool to train in trading because you want to be objective. But there's another thing is learning how to trust yourself. It's a very important part of trading. I think you just have to trust yourself because if you can't trust yourself, I mean, who else do you got?
Right. I think trusting the chart's the biggest thing. Whatever the chart tells you, you know.
Yeah, it usually comes from the chart, that feeling.
Right.
You see the chart, your body automatically tells you something, and there's a reason why it's telling you.
Right.
That's your trade. That's what I call trader's intuition.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
not always something that's going to be 100% right, but it's something that you build to over years of experience. And sometimes we just know it. We can just clearly see it. It's not looking good for us. And we get that feeling. And if you abide by that feeling every time, then it's not a bad thing. If you
Right.
abide by it sometimes, then it's going to probably be a bad thing in the long run. But I always say, learn how to trust your instincts. If you like a stock, you see the pattern, take the trade, and just trust in yourself, you know? At the end of the day, guys, we got to trust in ourselves, build our own skills.
There you go. It's looking solid.
Yep. The only thing I'm not liking is this hold here, guys. It keeps holding right here. So the flip over 51 right now will probably squeeze it out. So I'm just trying to wait and see if the real breakdown is going to happen here. But there's a lot of volume filling in here at 50.90. That's why I'm concerned about 51 swing above. So you got to be a little careful on there. We're going to go ahead and take 300 shares here at 84s and just leave the last 200 shares to go.
I think that's
Got
the
a-
right move.
$200 there, and
Yeah.
we'll let the rest of it work there.
Yeah, even if you hold it break even now, you're still going to bank almost 200 on the day. So I appreciate the sub, Jack. Welcome to the team, bro. Remember, guys, hit the subscribe button. We do this live every single day. We can't fake anything because we day trade on stream every single weekday. Can't fake anything, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Show your support. We appreciate any support we can get. If you click the bell, we go live every weekday morning, and so you'll get a notification every time we go live. And so click the bell, turn on notifications. We do this live every single weekday.
All right, guys. Now I need to see rejection out of my construction stocks. They're all going to start shooting up towards the VWAP. I need to see if they're going to squeeze up to the next resistance or they're going to hold at VWAP. I'm looking at DE, CAT, and also
Ah, I forgot to watch the cannabis
railroad
stocks today.
stock, UNP.
Look at CGC, man. I forgot to watch the cannabis stocks today. Oh man, that hurts. That was a beautiful one on CGC, bro.
Yeah,
Beautiful
I
one.
left those alone. I don't know why, but today I didn't want to focus on those. I felt like I had better plays in these other ones. Uh, but the one that I'm interested now is GoPro. GoPro broke down that 520s. If it comes back to 522s, 525s, you can risk right above it at 528 or 530s.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. At 527 level. That opening range low is one of the. If you look at the fades, like we got a lot of classes on this. One of our favorite risk levels is that opening range low for VWAP fades, and that's what Mitch just brought up. So it's the opening range low. Those work really, really well with risk levels because again, I think a lot of traders document those levels right at the open. They're kind of like the first low that a stock forms.
All right, guys, this is not wanting to break down a little bit further here. I keep seeing it hold support here, so I have a feeling we're going to get a bounce back, but I'm going to give it a tight stop here. Try to let it see if it can crack down this. If not, I'll probably just take out the rest of the shares.
Unfortunately, I have to go to work. Day job called. Up $24. 3 trades, 1 green, 2 red. Probably down after commissions. Hey, it is what it is.
Ooh,
You did well, man.
nothing to be upset about. You had a trading day.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Nice,
It's
Haley.
like what we always try to do, guys. It's not about having the ups and downs of emotion every single day you get into the market. It's about just treating it like a job, coming in, doing your work, getting out.
Right.
You know, when you're at work, do you try to stay a little bit longer?
Nope.
No, usually you're like, all right, can I get
I'm
my
outta
check
here.
and get out of here?
Yeah.
And so that's the way I think you gotta really take trading, you know?
Right.
It's a job. You come in, you do your
100%.
job, and you get out.
You're done.
If you
Yeah.
stay here, guess what happens? They tell you to stay late.
Right.
They tell you to
Ruins your
start covering
day.
other people's shifts.
Right. You end up buying another lunch and spending more money, you know?
Yeah. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. The great old Conor McGregor, man.
Right.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over, guys. All right, guys. 92,000 shares going through there for ATVI. Got to really be careful here. Either let it crack down through 50.75 or I'm going to let it bounce to 51s. If it gets above 51s, I'm going to take the rest of my shares out, guys.
See, you know what
big
hurts
order.
though? You remember, guys? Do you guys remember what my risk level was on my AXSM trade? You remember what my risk level was? Look at this. I drew this risk level out. The reason I drew this level out is because it was the previous day's closing price. Look at where this one goes. Look at exactly where this thing goes. Exactly up to the very cent. Up to the very cent. And it gives me confidence, even though I could have held on to it and let it work. It gives me confidence because this was my risk level. I drew this bar before this happened. And look at it. People say technical analysis doesn't work. But look at that.
I'm out, guys. I think squeezed up with 92,000 shares going through. I'll step out and look to get back in this if it kind of rejects up there at 51.25s, and then we get what's called fake out fade.
Yep.
See if we get it. I'll keep watching this one. I don't disagree that it could fall from here, but when you see 92,000 shares go through on a stock that's $51, be careful, guys.
Yep. And
That's
honestly,
not an order I want to fight.
I'm thinking about jumping back in AXSM just because it held that risk level that I gave myself.
I think this one's going to push again and try 24s, 25, and then fade back down on ATVI. So that's what I'm looking for, guys. I'm going to watch it. I want it to fade off of that 51.25. I don't want to get up there to that 25 and then just be like, oh, man, I'm down now 20 cents on a stock that I was up about 30 cents.
All right, I might get into CGC here. Maybe.
Ooh, no. DE, look at that fade. No.
There's
That fade was
85s.
Fade was beautiful on DE, guys. The top stock of the day. I kind of missed the fade on that one right now. Watching the other one, but that's how it goes.
All right,
Good,
I'm in
good
CGC.
fade though.
I'm in CGC with 500 shares. Gonna try to add to it with a risk level up here at 04. We'll see what we get. Just 500 shares so far. Like I said, risk level is up here at around 04, which isn't terrible. We'll look to add to it if it gets up to fully to my level here.
Not too much of a biggest fan of shorting Cat here, even though it's at the VWAP. It's holding way too well this 2060, 12060, and I'm not seeing enough volume get in here for me to take the short. Daily chart is actually really tightening up.
There's
Yeah, it just
85s. 80,
looks way too bullish for me.
87s, 89s. So I'm looking to add my other 500 shares back here to get 1,000 shares total. But we'll see what happens here. I'm kind of torn on it. Here's 91s, 93s. Not terrible here. Like I said, I could use the whole dollar of 21 as my risk. Hopefully we get a rejection here, but we'll see. Small trades so far today.
All right, guys, I'm going to stick with the one that's working for me. ATVI is still responding the way that I'm expecting it to. So with that being said, got to go ahead and stick to the one that's working versus looking for another one and then finding out that the pattern is just not there. So I'm sticking with my stock right now.
All right, I got out of CGC, squeezed up. Maybe I should have gone with GoPro. I might jump in AXSM here with that 100 shares that I wanted. Frustrating. Been a frustrating few days, but I'm still in this. Max loss of the day is around 200, and so we'll see what we get. I'm just going to get in with 100 shares here on AXSM. I took my swing with 500 shares, but I should have taken that first fade on CGC earlier today at 27s, and I think I just got squeezed out, unfortunately. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm still okay. I just have to, I can't force it. The reason I'm taking 100 shares here is because with that loss, I don't have too much of my max loss there on the day. So this might be my last trade. We'll see what I do. But yeah, last week was a great week. This week is not looking great. But again, when scaling up with bigger size, it's going to happen, you know.
All right, guys, seeing a rejection off 51.25s there. Some shares went through at 51.30, but seeing a rejection off there, going to see if it's going to hold 51.30s here.
Oh, wait, are you in it?
No. I'm trying to watch for the re-entry. I already got out, got my 213 on that first move. Looking for it to make its second move, but it needs to hold resistance, guys. If it's not going to hold resistance, then we'll just let it go.
And this one with AXSM, the big level here is just the previous day's close, which is actually confirmed twice already. And so we're going to just hold it to that previous day's closing price and let it work. If we get a breakdown, it'll be a really nice breakdown, and the risk really isn't that much. But yeah, after this trade, I'll probably hang it up for the day if this one doesn't work out. I always say that, though, and I end up keep trading, so we'll see. I'm always like, yeah, I'm done for the day, but then it's kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna try. Yesterday, it kind of hurt me though with my 10,000 share position, you know.
Yeah, let's not do that one again.
That extra zero, man, that extra zero got me, bro.
Bro, imagine if you had like, I mean, you can lose big amount of money for that extra zero.
Oh, bro, that extra zero, man. If that thing would have squeezed up 10 cents, I'd be down $1,000. It'd have been terrible, man. Just terrible.
Real quick.
Yeah, super fast too, for sure. And regardless of what this one does, I like it because, look, this is my risk in this trade, even if it squeezes up against me, right? My risk here, which is also a really solid risk of the previous day's closing price, is what? 40 cents, 30 cents. And my reward target is way down here to like at least 15.50. And so for that, it's not too bad. I mean, of course, it's squeezing up against me, but I'm just going to hold it to that 69 level, and if it breaks 69, I just got to get out. But yeah, like I said, I missed that first fade on CGC this morning. That one's gonna hurt a little bit, I think. But it happens. This one doesn't work out. I'm gonna close trading down. Just been a tough few days, really. But losing days are gonna happen. Losing weeks are gonna happen. Last week was a successful week, and so I can't have unrealistic expectations. We did get a nice rejection there.
All right, we should get a breakout in AMTD now. At least that's what the pattern shows. So let me see if it breaks down here through the 3420s.
TD Ameritrade. Yeah, we did get a little bit of a bounce, which is kind of what I thought might happen with it. It's kind of what I thought.
See if it's going to hold the resistance here, guys. We have a trend line that goes across there. And we get also an upsloping trend line. There you go. Remember how I said I wanted to see it slam through 3420s? So it did the slam to the price point. Now we need to see big sizing jumping in there at 3420s to show on the crackdown down to 34s. But right now we're seeing kind of still longs still in this. Let's see if they get out.
Yeah, looking back though, like I think my issue today, guys, is that if you think about what I said with AXSM, it actually confirmed my risk level really nicely here. And I think because I'm taking larger sizing, especially with these bigger range stocks, that I'm not actually holding them to my levels. And I just got to accept the loss on the day, I think. But I think it comes with scaling up in size like I'm doing. I think that it's much more nerve-wracking for me in these trades because I'm trading with larger sizing. My P&L is bigger than it typically is, swinging both ways. And so I'm getting out of my winning positions early, and I'm not holding other positions to my risk level. And I think that's what I really have to focus on in the upcoming days, is just holding stocks to the proper risk levels. That's what I really should focus on here, I think. And if I take a few $100 loss, I think that's fine. But I think that more importantly, with the bigger sizing, the bigger gains and, the bigger wins and losses are going to come. But if I start exiting my positions too early, then it's just going to end up hurting my trading and building bad habits for myself is what it's going to do. And so that's what I would really want to focus on in the next few days. If we get a bounce back up to 1632, I might add to this one really. Just because it's going to be a fake out fade at that point for AXSM. But we'll wait and see. Up a small amount in it now.
All right, guys. Need to see ATVI get up there to 5140s and reject one more time. That will be to create the third resistance. And then once it curves back down towards 5125s, then we can risk off the 5150. And we can look for a move right back down to the lows. I think this one's pushed up twice. Tried to break out. Need to come back up and create another resistance. Keeping a close eye on it.
Somebody asked me about NIO. NIO had a beautiful breakout. Look at NIO today, bro. Remember NIO? I haven't been trading that one as much lately, but that one had a pretty breakout. Look at that. Just a very strong move. It had to have some type of positive catalyst. I know it's a Chinese electric car manufacturer is what the company is, but a really strong move for NIO.
Chinese Tesla?
Yeah, that's basically what it is. For a while now, I mean, if you look at the daily chart, though, this thing has gotten hammered the last few days, last year or so. Just terrible daily chart, really.
I agree.
So, if I get a bounce back up to 30s or 20s, maybe I'll add to it. I got to keep my risk a little bit tighter if I do that, but we'll see. Like I said, the big thing I need to focus on is just holding it to my proper levels. What stocks are you guys holding for long-term investing? None. Mostly day traders. I mean, I know I'm not holding anything long-term. I have a savings account, of course, and I have a IRA, but yeah, CGC breaking down. Unfortunate. It's kind of squeezed me out there, but I just got way too high, close to my risk level. But I think if you look at APHA, like if you look at APHA, which is another cannabis stock, that one is just ripping too. And remember, guys, hit the subscribe button. We do this live for free every single weekday morning. So if you want to watch us day trade live and see what it's actually like day trading the market, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every single weekday for free on YouTube. So click the subscribe button, guys, if you haven't already. You know you want to watch us again. If I'm losing right now, you know it's probably making you happy if you're a hater. So you don't want to miss that either. I have a pro account, K Gifford, so I've got a lot of room in this account, honestly. $100 loss is insignificant, but I'm still a big wimp because it's a live account and I'm a big wimp with it.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a pro account. To put it into perspective, I have 240K in buying power with a $12,000 max loss, but I'm still a wimp with it.
All right, guys, seeing a rejection there in ETFC, E-Trade. Rejection off the top there at 36.15. This one needs to hold here 36 and squeeze through 36.16 if it's going to break out. I think it might go up for a second and then just crash back down to 35.75. I'm looking for that so that I can get a bounce and try to short at 36. But let's see what happens here.
Hey, well, Elliot, hit the subscribe button then. If you want to watch this again, man, hit the subscribe button. You know? I'm still waiting on this one. We'll see what we get.
Yep. Being patient. If I'm going to take another trade, I want to be really satisfied with the pattern that I'm trading on. There's that drop down through 36s. Now let's see it pop back up here towards 36.15 fail. And then when it breaks down through 36 again, it should have that momentum to go to 35.75.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to use the same platform as us, we have K Gifford asking about it. I'll post this link here. You can get a pretty serious discount. I think you get the intro package for $3.99 now through my link. And there's a lot of benefits to using them. Like I said, specifically, you can get the intro package for pretty cheap. It comes with 14,000 in buying power to trade with. So you get 14K in buying power to trade with. There's no PDT rules, so you can day trade and short as much as you want. I'm going to add 50 shares to this one here on AXSM. So you can day trade and short stocks as much as you want. And it also comes with a trading course, access to their chat room, and a demo account to trade with for a few weeks. And I think that bundle makes a ton of sense for new traders because it allows them to short stocks. It allows them to day trade with no PDT rule with a serious amount of buying power. It comes with a demo account for them to practice on for a few weeks. And I think it's just a much cheaper option. I think most of the time new traders are going to deposit thousands into a conventional platform and then lose that to where you could pay much less with the TradeNet package, trade with a live account, actually be able to day trade with no PDT rule and short stocks. And I think that bundle just makes a ton of sense. And so I'll post this link here if anybody wants to check it out.
Definitely, guys. If you guys want to go ahead and use the strength that we use, as you guys can see, I shorted ATVI today, and I took a trade on this one just based on the down gapper. And really, guys, there's not many of stocks and brokers out there that are going to give you the advantage of shorting, and that's really where I feel the advantage is in TradeNet.
Big
If you guys want to go ahead and short with us, definitely check out TradeNet.
Yeah, I mean, I think most new traders aren't going to be able to short. It's what we talked about earlier. Most new traders aren't going to be able to short, and this is one of the ways that they can. It allows them to kind of get their feet wet, you know.
If you want to learn shorting patterns and you want to take some trades short, not have to worry about, hey, I need to go borrow this, borrow that.
Right.
I think you need to first, you need to learn the skills of shorting first. And this is really where you can learn it, get some profit out, and then figure out where you want to go from there.
Exactly. All
I
right, I'm
think
still holding
one of the things that John and I do really well is really tell you guys kind of there's steps to this game.
There's levels to this game, guys. It's not really just one step up and then it's over. There's definitely levels to the game, and you got to understand the game to stick around. It's about consistency, not about one day and not about one trade.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you guys have watched me grow this account, like it went from I was down like 600 or 700 in this account, and then I got and then I brought it from being down 600 or 700 to being up right around 400 now. And so, it's a process. One day is not going to make or break you as a trader. At least it shouldn't if you're using the right risk reward. And losing down swings are going to happen. Losing days, losing weeks are going to happen. And no matter how much you don't want them to happen, they're most likely going to happen no matter what you do. And you got to have the right expectations with it. Like I said, like last week, I only had one losing day. And even that one losing day, I was up in gross profits. And then this week, not going that hot. And so losing days, weeks, down swings, negative variance is going to happen. And I don't care what the gurus say. I don't care what they say. Negative variance is going to happen. And in the end, if you can keep your emotions in check when that does happen, then you'll have an edge over most, because that's where most accounts are lost. Everybody does well sometimes, but everybody loses sometimes as well. And most of the time, traders can't handle that downswing. And so what do? They push. And that ends up destroying their account before they can really take the time to learn how to trade. And that's kind of the downfall of most new traders in general, is that they don't, is that they end up, losing their account before they gain that necessary market experience. Yeah, it's $15 per month.
All right, guys, I missed entry in GoPro here at 520s.
I just took half off of AXSM there. Banked a little bit of profit there. Still holding a few shares left. I've currently made around $30 from it, so a very small win so far. But I'm going to hold this and see if we can get a larger gain. Going to add back to it if it bounces back too. But yeah, the fees are $15 a month. Sorry, bitch. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
No, you're good. Just watching GoPro, guys. I'm seeing a whole bunch of volume on the bid. Let's say probably about 100,000 shares, 200,000 shares on the bid side. I think if this one cracks down 515s, we're going to probably get down there to $5 really quickly today.
What do you think about LEN? Look at LEN, man. I'm thinking about a VWAP rejection play on that one too. Like a risk level of like 93s. It's just where it all depends. I'm not hating AXSM now. The SPY is right around the VWAP too. And yeah, guys, click the subscribe button. I know I'm a broken record, but if you want to show support for what we're doing here, hit the subscribe button. I think that Mitch and I, being as transparent as we are actually kind of forcing other influencers and other traders to be transparent as well, because we live stream every day for free. And you can watch us trade. And I think it's very rare for other traders to do that. And so I think with us doing this, other traders are kind of put in a position to where if they want any credibility, they have to try to, do this too.
Mm-hmm.
Because of latency settings. So you can get one withdrawal per month from Tefs and TradeNet. You get one withdrawal per month. You can request it at the beginning of the month and get one per month. All right, so we're getting a squeeze up here. Like I said, the question is, do I want to add to this on AXSM? I think I kind of do. And we'll give it some time here. If we can get a better spread. The bid's at 05. They're not going to fill me on the ask. So the bid's at 05. We need a little bit bigger of a breakdown here for it. I'm only holding 75 shares left. And so if we can get a better bounce up here, I'll add to it. Hey, appreciate the sub. Josh, welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate it, man. There we go. A little bit better bid action. Hey, appreciate the sub. Core, welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate it, man.
All right, guys. Right now, it's looking like probably my day's done. Not really seeing any charts to support my patterns. And if I don't see anything to support my patterns, I'm not just going to go ahead and go chasing, guys. I need to see things at VWAP. I need to see things fading. I need to see things bouncing.
Nothing's ripping out for me, so I can't say I'm gonna go long. And I'm not seeing any shorts, not seeing anything bounce back to VWAP here that looks reasonable or logical to trade here. I don't know if you guys can see anything, but I think that would probably be it for my trading unless I see something come.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just holding this AXSM trade. We'll see what we get with it, but that's all I'm really doing right now. I like the range in this one between the VWAP and the low of the day. And so we'll take my swing with it, but like I said earlier, if this one doesn't work out, I'm probably finished for the day. And I mean, I've already taken enough profits to be pretty okay with this one. Actually, no, I didn't, man. Man, I must have gotten a bad fill. Oh, whatever. Oh no, this is actually wrong. So I actually traded this one before and lost. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's why. 15s. We get a move up. There's 9. See, I want a little bit better entry here. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to add 75 shares there. So back in with 150. Looks like I'm going to immediately get out of this. Boom. All right, immediately took that profit. Just banked a quick extra little bit of money in that trade. I got an immediate rejection from that entry. Now we're going to see if we get the much larger breakdown, but I banked a little bit more profit, just a little quick profit there for it. Got a worse fill, but don't mind adding back to it on any subsequent bounces back up here, and I will consider that. We're obviously looking for the whole $1.16 break down here, and so we'll see if we get it. And like I said, I'm not necessarily against adding my size right back to this one. I don't really mind that. I like the range. Looking for the range breakdown here.
All right, guys, just want to put something out there, guys. News Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, and the House Intelligence Committee will hold a news conference at 10:45 Eastern Time. So I think I'm going to go ahead. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and wait for the volume to come back into the market, guys. I'm not taking trade until after that.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that type of stuff. I mean, I'll be sure to get out of this one before then. Hopefully we get the breakdown before then, but I'm not going to hold it. I'll put it this way. I'm not going to hold it through that. There's no way I'm going to hold it through that. So
yeah, I just don't want to get caught into something that reverses on me and goes with a swing that I can't see. So I'll go ahead and finish the day up there. $213, one trade, ATVI. I'll take that any day of the week.
We have Jan asking a question. How do we find the stocks? I mean, we generally have a few stocks that we watch every day. I watch like AMD, Cannabis, CGC, Cron, tech stocks as well. Mitch watches like MIK and a few other ones. So we all have our own kind of niche with the stocks that we watch. But we also use Trade Idea scanners, and I'll post that link here as well. Best scanners in the game. And so if you want to use the same scanners that we're using, I'll post this link. I know I have a VWAP Fade scanner on Trade Ideas as well that I use. So I'll post that link here as well. You can use promo code BT15 as well to get a pretty big discount from them too. But yeah, there's a few different methods. Oh, sorry. I just realized that I double posted the Trade Ideas thing. There we go. All right, so we are getting a squeeze up with this one on AXSM. Got to be careful here.
Hey guys, ABCD move in OSTK. If you guys don't know that pattern, take a look at it.
All right, I'm back in with 150 shares of AXSM. If we get a quick rejection here, great. If not, I'm just going to jump out. Keep the trade relatively break even. So getting very close. And like I said, if this doesn't work out, I'm just going to close it down. See if we can pull the quick rejection. If not, I'm just going to jump out.
Fubarski asking how many shares did I take on ATVI to get that kind of win. I took 500 shares first, and then I added 500 shares again. Was looking for an average cost at 51.15 to risk 10 cents up to 25. I ended up getting an average near 13, so 51.13, risking up to 25. That's going to be a 12-cent risk, $120 risk for a $213 return.
Yeah, sorry I'm not talking much, guys. I'm kind of right on the border. I added to this one right around the top of the risk, and so it was good risk reward with this last ad. But to have that good risk reward, I got to be ready to bail if this thing squeezes up quick. And so we'll see.
All right, guys. ABCD pattern on OSTK. Just putting it out there. If you are long on this one, be careful. It looks like it's reached its top there near 11. It's going to hold support here at 1050, and the next support is 1025. So what I mean by the ABCD pattern is when you have that A move, a good drive up, a B drive up, and then you get a C drive up. Most of the time when we get that D move, it usually doesn't break out through the C move, and if it does, it gets right to the resistance and rejects. So that's the kind of pattern that I would look for in OSTK. But I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Just wanted to kind of comment about that one. I know someone put it up in the chat. Definitely broke out today. Went from about 930s all the way up there to close to 11. So 70-cent move. And now kind of slowing down there, guys. Big resistance is going to be at 1090s.
All right, here's the squeeze up. Like I said, I'm going to let it test this level here. 55s. Probably was the spread with this one, but like I said, I'm keeping it relatively break even. This is about what I was down before this trade. I'll let it battle the $0.50 here and then just bail out if it starts to squeeze up. All right, there's the rejection. Let's see what we get with the spread here. $50s. Yeah, it's got a 15-cent spread, so not ideal, but lucky I'm just in with small size. But yeah, I'm letting it test this level here, which was the level I drew right here at around 45.50. Maybe we'll get a rejection here, but I'm going to give it some time. But yeah, a bit of a tough week really for me. Last week was great. Only one losing day last week, but this week not so much. See, Thinkorswim, I don't know if the level 2 is lagging or what it is, because Thinkorswim is showing me a different number than TEF's. But
what stock you on?
AXSM.
All right, I'll help you out.
It's fixed now, but for a minute it was at 49. Now it's at 47 on the ask, 40 on the bid.
That it is. Let me see this stock. See what I see. Two.
There we go. There's the rejection. All right. Well, that's good. All right. So we got the rejection back down there, but it's so spready that, you know, we don't know which way this thing's going to squeeze. It tested my risk level, and now it gives me a really easy risk level at 1650. But, like I said, I'm just going to hold this one and let it go to my levels here. SPY breaking lows. Look at the SPY. SPY faded.
One of the best trades of the day would have to be a VWAP fade on MIK. Without a doubt, guys. At least I'm happy. At least I'm happy I put out a really good one. Top trade for me to watch today was DE, John Deere, and that one faded. Also did our strategy.
Look at the SPY, man. The SPY's breaking lows. It's down to 288.70s here on the SPY. I'm trying to pay attention to this trade because I'm in it. But look at the SPY here cracking lows down to 288.60s here. So the SPY's breaking down, guys.
Yeah, 100%. It broke the low that it was holding for 4 days, guys. It broke the low yesterday that it was holding for 4 days, and now it's going to the low.
Yeah, man.
So it's heading down towards the low, guys. The low here is 84s.
Yeah, I'm going to switch so you guys can kind of see it. Look at this is the SPY. Oh, no, wait. Let me put XSM up here.
When the SPY gaps down, it's not a good thing, guys. It needs so much pressure to bring it back up.
Yeah.
Nothing got bought up in the 290s, enough for it to come back to 295s. So it's putting pressure on the next support.
Ooh, look at the SPY get hammered there. Man.
Where is the next support, guys? I see next support at 288, right on the dot. 288.
So yeah, look here. Look at the SPY, just getting washed out here. So I wonder how the news is gonna affect the market. You said she's doing what at 10:45 market time?
So she's getting with the intelligence committee, pretty much going over on how their best approach to attack the impeachment.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to go over. They're going to go over who they want to bring in, who they want to question. Are they going to be able to bring in the whistleblower and give a private interview to the whistleblower? A lot of people are trying to figure it out. Trump even's asking that he should be able to interview this guy and find out, well, and find out who told him these lies. So who knows if we're going to get that person to come out and actually give this interview. I think that's what's really needed. If we are going to get the impeachment, we're going to need someone to actually put their neck on the line. And so
because whistleblower doesn't mean anything, you know, like they're going to have to, if they want credibility, like they're going to have to be open about everything, you know. Like I said, I'm not really rooting for either side here. Like, if he did something wrong, like I'm for the impeachment. If he didn't do anything wrong, though, I'm not for it. And so, because that's going to mess up our whole political system. And so, it just depends. We'll see what happens. Honestly, the last few years, especially, have just made me dislike politics in general more and more. Just how both sides are, and especially how the market's been the last few days. It's just the market, like all these catalysts are just affecting the market left and right. And so we'll see what happens.
That's why, you know, I think this year has been the year that I've really kind of taken a step back and understanding that there's bigger forces at play. There's people that know more than you. There's people that have access to information that we just don't.
Right.
And so when the market is relying so much on that kind of news catalyst, where someone's driving the market,
all right, guys.
We call it a market driver.
I'm about to get squeezed up right here. Probably about to get out. I'm out. Broke my highs. $120 loss in the day. Relatively small, considering the share sizing I'm using. And it just hasn't been a great few days. Yesterday I actually ended up in gross profits, but no luck today with this one. But yesterday, full transparency, I still ended down after commissions yesterday because of my beautiful 10,000 share per trade. But like I said, I'm okay. Still up well into the profits in this account. And I mean, we'll see if I get into anything else. I'm gonna close the stream down though. Go ahead, Mitch. My bad, bro.
Nah, you're good. So one of the things is, guys, we're getting what we call kind of information that is released, but there's so many other people that are getting this information probably before us, and so that's why I feel that this market has, you know, kind of tricked a lot of people. In the long run, what you're seeing is kind of information that is released probably late to us, and so the swings come really massive, whether it's an upswing or a downswing. The volatility is as high as we've ever seen it. One of the key ways that you can know when the volatility is high, guys, is just look at the volatility reader, the TVIX. The TVIX was down there. It got down there to the low of 1181. And from that day, it still hasn't come back. It didn't go back to 1181, showing you that the strength was going to come back to the SPY. It showed you more volatility, gapping up there towards 14. And yesterday, really getting some drive and volume at that 14 level. Now almost up there to $17.
Right. Yeah, man.
So that's the kind of stuff that we got to look for, guys. Remember, this is a very catalyst-driven market. So focus on trading the stocks that you feel have the best potential move with the strongest catalyst behind them. I think is really going to be an advantage.
Yep. And if anybody wants to use the same platform that we do, I'll post this link. I'll post this link in the chat. Like I said, you can get the intro package for pretty cheap, and it comes with a lot of benefits for the new trader. 14,000 in buying power to trade with, no PDT rule. You can day trade and short stocks as much as you want, and it actually allows you to It actually allows you to do a lot of things that new traders typically can't do. Generally you need 14,000 in buying power to trade with, or generally you need 25K to day trade. They let you trade with 14K, and they get around it with some loopholes. But again, I think the new trader can short stocks, day trade with no PDT rule. It comes with a demo account to trade with. It comes with access to their chat room and a lot of other benefits for new traders. And so I think it just makes sense, and it's a much cheaper method. Most of the time, new traders deposit thousands into the conventional platform and broker, and let's be real, most of the time new traders are going to lose at least their first account. But this is one of the ways that you can ultimately risk less. You spend $400 for the package, you get to day trade, you get to short stocks, you get pretty cheap commissions with small size. And again, I think there's just a lot of benefits to doing that. And so if you want to check out the same platform that we use, again, I'll post this link here. There's the link in the chat. No, I guess I already posted. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. Gonna go ahead and close it down.
Guys, if you guys joined up late while we were on stream live and trading, definitely come and join us in the morning. We go over all these stocks. We go over the top trades and top watch lists. Kind of explain the catalyst behind them. So if you came and joined us during the stream, definitely join us early in the morning so that you can find out what we're going to trade and why we're going to trade it.
Yeah, and join our public Discord as well, guys. There's the link in the chat for our public Discord too. If you want to keep track of how we do, sometimes we do trade after the stream, and so if you want to keep track of that, you can join our public Discord. And like I said, if you want to watch us day trade, hit the subscribe button. We do it every weekday morning for free on YouTube. Regardless of whether we win or lose, we're not experts or gurus here. We don't claim to be experts or gurus or anything like that. We don't sell anything. All we do is just day trade the open live for you to see. And hit the subscribe button if you want to watch us again. We know you do. But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. That's probably it for me today. I'll let you guys know if I get into anything else. But yeah, team, have a good day. We'll see you all a little bit later.
You guys take it easy.